Yo, so what I'm going to talk about is how to build your credit. Okay, you're going to need credit in life because they're not going to teach you this in school. So, because they don't teach you this in school, as your father, I'm going to make sure that I teach you that you need credit. Okay, I don't care how much money you got, you can become a millionaire for all I care. Cash is king, yes, it is, but credit is God. Okay, and the reason why I say credit is God is because it is the ruler of all. It's the ruler of cash. It's the ruler of everything. You can use credit to get just about anything you want. Now, the definition of credit is basically building a relationship where somebody can actually trust you to be able to offer you something and you pay them back. Okay, so that's just like saying that hey, if I lend you some money, or if I lend you my tool set, or whatever I let you borrow, I trust that you're going to pay me back within a certain amount of time. That's what credit is. Okay, it's the same thing. If you want people to be able to let you trust you to be able to get certain things from them, whether it's furniture, whether it's cars, whether it's houses, whether it's money, or anything, and you don't have any money, if you got good credit, they'll let you get it just based off of good credit because if they pull your credit record up and say, see that you've actually been paying other people on time, that means that they're going to look at it and trust you and say, hey, you paid them on time, so I know you'll pay me on time, so I'm not worried about it. So that's what they'll do. But once you borrow the money, you got to pay them back interest, meaning that if I borrow $30, they might charge me $10. So I might have to pay $40 back. Okay, so I might have to pay $30 plus that $10. That's basically like an example of interest. I'm not saying that that's actually what you're gonna pay back, but that's just an example. So what I would do is I'm speaking from if you got an iPhone, and of course this is probably if you look at this year down the line, you might not be able to have this exact iPhone, but I'm pretty sure it may work the same. Things may be different, but this is the app that I normally use. I use Experian. You see where it says 69? This app right here. It says Experian. That's the app that I normally would go up under. So what I do is I go in the back office and I gotta put in my password and everything. Okay. So now your credit score is based on this is just the basics of the other credit scores that they normally check, but they also have some other credit scores that they check as well. So I'm gonna give you the blueprint. I'm gonna do another video showing you how to opt out of that because they got a secondary, what they call a secondary credit score that most people don't look at, to where they will actually tell you, hey, you can, we're gonna check this credit, these credit scores. It's like a back door to the other credit score that where certain things that you might get, like an apartment or certain things like that, they might not put it on your credit scores on the three, which is Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. It might not show up there, but it might show up on a secondary report. But I'm going to end up teaching you covering that in another video. So stay tuned to that. And once I get through with the video, I'm going to try to link it down here at the bottom of this one. So, but anyway, these are your regular credit scores. Now, you want to be able to get your credit score to a 650, 640, between 640 and 680, you should be doing good. But 680 is a lot better. 680 into the 700s, that's where you want to be at. All right, I'm at 651 right now, but that's my highest. So let's say if I wanted to go get a house, the way that they do a house, this is what they look at. Okay, I'm gonna go to credit scores, and right here at the bottom where it says additional FICO scores, this is what they look at to qualify for a house. Where it says FICO and the picture of the house is a 683. I well overqualify for a house because in order for you to qualify for a house, you have to have a credit score of 620 to start off, along with making the money as well. So my credit score is a 683. And to qualify for cars, I can't really give you a credit score on what to qualify for cars because I qualify for as low as 500 on cars. But as long as you got the income, as long as you got less debt, you can qualify to get a car. You got a good down payment. You can qualify for a car. Excuse me. But the problem is that you might have a high interest rate if you got a low credit score. So you might be paying more than what the car is worth. All right. So I have a 667, 651, where the pictures is right up in the house where it says, FICO score for my vehicle. Okay. I also have like if I want additional credit cards, like an unsecured credit card, I have a 657, 661, and 685. So I will qualify for other rewards as I'm finna show you right now. So right here where it says see your credit card match offers, here's the best match credit card offer. Capital One, that's one of the best. That's one of the top five people I recommend. Capital One because you got a Capital One card, it can boost your credit score up real high. Okay, so and anytime you want to qualify for a credit card or anything, I always try to get something where you can get cash back on it. Because what you can do is you can do what they call redeeming your credit card. So basically, for example, they might pay you a certain percent for every dollar that you spend. And once they pay you that in rewards, you can deem that and turn it into cash. So let's say I got like 2,613 points. That's basically going to be like $26.13. I can turn that into cash. And what I do is I just take that money and I just pay my credit card, pay with the credit card, and reuse the credit card again. So that's how I normally do mine. I redeem mine to turn into cash. So I always do cash back so I can redeem the card. Once I do cash back and redeem the card, then I just use that to pay the card. So I basically, what I'm doing is recycling. So, and these are like the ones that I'm pre-approved for. So I got a Credit One bank, which is cool for building credit. I also got all these are Credit Ones. I see a Capital One Rewards MasterCard that I'm pre-approved for. But I'm not gonna look for these. I'm not gonna try to apply for these because I've already got some credit cards and I don't need to apply for any more. Now, the best credit card to apply for is Navy Federal, and I have a Navy Federal account. So now, the way I got one of the ways I got my credit score up a little bit higher is I got a Navy Federal account, and it's a credit union, but it's basically a credit union for the Navy, and you have to actually know somebody that's in the Navy or in the service in order to any kind of military in order to be able to qualify for that. Okay, so what I did was I ended up having somebody that I knew that was in the service that put me down as a reference, and I ended up getting qualified. Once I was able to get qualified, I could refer other people as well, as long as they're in my family. All right, so basically, when I got that, I ended up getting a secured credit card, which is a credit card where I had to put up my own money and use it as a credit card. And I just pay them back on time. I make sure I don't go over 30% of my spending limit. So let's just say that like my car right now is $1,000. 30% of that is $300. So I don't want to go and spend more than $300 on my credit card limit. Okay, because once you get over that, for some reason it brings your credit down, and that's not good for your utilization and everything. But you want to keep your credit down as low as possible, up under that 30% range. So you feel like you want to spend a lot, like 900 to $1,000, something like that, I suggest you put about $4 or $5,000 on a credit card, or maybe like 10 grand on a credit card, which is $10,000. So I got a secured card, and I also got a. Oh, excuse me, I'm so tired. I'm gonna be waiting for my load. But I got a secured card for $1,000, and I also got a secured loan. So meaning that I had to put up my money for both of them. So that's at least $1,500 that I normally would pay. And once I got that secured loan, I paid 400. I got a secured loan for $500. Once I got qualified for that, the next day I paid $400 of it back, and then I just let them take payments out for the rest of it until it's done. So that's what I did, and that's what kind of boosted my credit up a little bit more. Okay, so again, I just took a secured card for five. I took one out for $500. I paid $400 of it back the next day, and the next day I paid that back. I let everybody else take the rest of it out for I let them take the rest of the payments out of my account. So it shows on time payment, and it also shows them that I'm not desperate for money. If you show them that you're really desperate for money like that, they more than likely they won't approve you for it. So the way that you show them that you're desperate for money like that is you keep using the credit card irresponsibly. So when you're using it irresponsibly, that's basically like you just spending the money, going over your limit, not paying them back, or even not paying them back on time. That's using it irresponsibly. So because you're using it irresponsibly, they really won't approve you for anything. So they're looking at it like, nah, we don't trust this person. Okay, so and we need our money back. So the way that you want to show that you're responsible is that you pay your bills on time, you pay your credit cards on time, and stay up under that 30% margin. And do that for a good 6 months to a year. And once you do that for a good 6 months to a year, then you should be just fine. Especially with Navy Federal. Because with Navy Federal, I mean, they got the best rates, so they're better than every bank to me because it really actually helps you. And then also Navy Federal, they don't go on your credit or how much credit you have. They basically go on uh, a relationship that you're building with. So whatever kind of relationship you got with the bank. So if you've been doing certain things like paying through the bank, and like again, like the credit cards that I got, I'm building a relationship with them, and I also put my money in the bank. Take it out, use it responsibly. Things like that. Once I show them that I'm active, then they know that I'm actually, doing real good. That's the kind of relationship that you got with them. They go off of that. So that's basically how you want to do it with Navy Federal. And also when you're going to go and get, let's say you want to go in, let me go into a little bit more detail on certain things too, right? Okay, so let's go back to, all right, let's go back down here. Okay, anything you want to do when you're going to get a credit, or when you're going to apply for certain things, you want to make sure you go through a replicable account. So like let's say you want to go get a card, for example. All right, when you go to a car lot, and I did a video about this before, but I'm gonna also explain it again. When you go to a car lot, instead of you going through the car lot to pay a note, go to the car lot, go and figure out how much the car costs. Tell them to draw up a paperwork on how much the car costs and everything, and what you need. Figure out what kind of credit score that you need to be able to get a car. And once you figure out the price, take that paperwork to the credit union and have the credit union get the car for you. If you qualify and your credit is good enough to be able to get a car, what they're gonna do is they're gonna get the car for you, and you just pay them back. Don't go to the car lot and have them don't have them go through all these banks trying to get you approved. Just go to one bank, which is the credit union, and then once you go to the credit union and get approved, then you go and take that paperwork and say, hey, here, I'm going to the credit union. The credit union that I'm banked with is willing to pay this car for this price. If they don't want to accept it, that's fine. So but if not, if they accept it, that's great. But you'll be getting a way better deal at the credit union, because the credit union, what they do is they don't pay they don't pay interest like that. They pay what the car is actually worth. Okay. When you go to a dealership and you don't use the credit union, they're gonna give you what the car is not worth. They're gonna basically charge you more than what the car is. So that's why I say go to a credit union to get you a car. So, but anyway, that's basically like another video. I'll go into another video going into deep detail about the secondary creditors that actually, a lot of people don't know about. So because they don't know about that, they normally would bypass that. But I figured it out because I did some research on it, and I'm gonna do a video on how to opt out of it and everything.